Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Starting off with some local news here in Trinidad and Tobago. More than 40 households representing 138 beneficiaries in regions of Penal, Debe, Siparia, and environs received a total of $228,409 in disaster relief grants from the Ministry of the People's Social Development and Family Services. The distribution ceremony took place yesterday, Saturday, September 20th, 2025, at the Penal Debe Regional Corporation, SS Erin Road, Penal. Through the National Social Development Program, 58 disaster relief grants were presented to eligible families, and this is all part of the Kamala Prasad administration's oath to serve all the peoples of our nation, especially when they are most in need. So once again, give thanks. I'm thankful for the Kamala Prasad administration serving we, the people. No more overheating phones. Cool your phones in seconds. Prevents damage to phones and battery issues. Better gaming experience and streaming. USB powered and fast charging. Lightweight and quiet. Ideal for kids and adults. Works with all smartphones. Makes a great gift. Enjoy free island-wide delivery. Call or WhatsApp 868-762-6589. In some other news, Korea has partnered with the Caribbean region to modernize agriculture through innovation. The Korea Caribbean Food and Agricultural Corporation Initiative Program, CARIP, was recently launched. Definitely, we need to focus on food sustainability here in Trinidad and Tobago and throughout the Caribbean, definitely, just like how Guyana has been doing in recent times under the Irfan Ali administration. We definitely, I'm saying it over and over again, it might sound a little redundant, but we need to focus on investing in the agricultural sector here in Trinidad and Tobago. Give the farmers the incentives to continue to produce food locally here for the citizens of, and also consider exporting products as well. Volunteers turned out at the foreshore in Port of Spain for International Coastal Cleanup Day, joining millions worldwide in protecting the planet's shorelines. But beyond the garbage bags and gloves, government officials and environmental leaders are calling for tougher policies and more personal responsibility to keep Trinidad and Tobago clean. I think all of us would agree with an initiative such as that.
Korea is preparing to share its accumulated R&D experience with Caribbean countries to promote agricultural productivity and sustainable development. For this purpose, research institutions, policymakers, farmers, and industry stakeholders from both sides will collaborate to drive practical agricultural innovations.
The Korea Caribbean Food and Agricultural Cooperation Initiative Program, CARIP, is a partnership between the Rural Development Administration of the Republic of Korea and the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute. It seeks to address food security by tackling common challenges faced by the agricultural sector in the Caribbean region and Korea amid climate change through science-driven collaborations and policy discussions. Minister of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries Ravi Ratiram said the bold move comes at a time when the region faces volatile food import bills, pests and diseases, and unsustainable practices.
The CARIP project provides a platform to strengthen our capacity through technology transfer and innovation, including mechanization, protected agriculture, and biosecurity. It will enhance research and development collaboration to improve resilience and productivity in key crops, build the capacity of farmers, extension officers, and researchers to adopt cutting-edge technologies, and foster stronger partnership by deepening South-South and triangular cooperation between Caribbean, Korea, and regional institutions.
Executive Director of KADI, Ansari Hussain, championed the partnership, highlighting some of the work that has already begun to unfold.
It is anticipated that these projects will be implemented in the first instance in a few countries: Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, Belize, and Dominica. We have already started work on developing projects related to post-harvest and improving the technology transfer process. And we have already held some virtual capacity building session along these lines across regional stakeholders involved.
CoCarib was launched at Hilton, Trinidad on Thursday.
You won't be disappointed with this one. Look and feel great every day. Painless trimming with no pulling of hair guaranteed. Comfortable to hold and lightweight. Intelligent anti-pinch system. Safety travel lock. Accurate and painless trimming. Durability 100% quality. Fast charging. To place an order, call or WhatsApp 868-762-6589. In recognition of National Gymnastics Day, the Trinidad and Tobago Gymnastics Federation has announced that TNT will host the 2025 Carifta Gymnastics Championships in December. I'm definitely sure most of us here in Trinidad and Tobago will look forward to those sporting events, and it will also assist in boosting our tourism sector. Regional news now here. I'm starting off with Guyana. After another milestone, for men on mission. Today, well, that was yesterday, families in Good Hope and Monreport received the keys to their brand new homes. And this is under the Irfan Ali administration. And this is his second term in office. And he continues exactly where he left off at the ending of his first term, just before elections, serving all the peoples of Guyana. This initiative, born out of President Ali's vision for service to community, continues to empower men to give back, strengthen communities, and transform lives across Guyana. As chair of the CARICOM Subcommittee on Cricket, President Irfan Ali engaged with various stakeholders in West Indies cricket this morning as they work together to reposition the sport in the region. What they need to do is focus a lot on the training process at a local level, and there's need for a whole lot more of sporting competitions, events locally, whether it's in Guyana, whether it's in Trinidad, whether it's in Jamaica, and throughout the rest of the Caribbean, and investing also even in cricket at the school level. There's a lot that needs to be done, but once again, it's all about investing, and it's all about training as well at all the different levels, whether it's the professional level or, as I said before, at the school level, of course.
For many who may not know, September 20th is National Gymnastics Day. This day serves as a reminder of the sport's power to inspire excellence, discipline, and unity. In recognition, the Trinidad and Tobago Gymnastics Federation joined the global community in celebrating the athleticism, artistry, and dedication of gymnasts worldwide. Gymnastics has been on a steady rise in TNT, with our athletes making their mark locally, regionally, and internationally. In December 2024, a contingent of 53 gymnasts represented Trinidad and Tobago at the inaugural Carifta Artistic Gymnastics Championships in Jamaica. The team came home with 80 gold, 57 silver, and 26 bronze medals. Building on this momentum, the TTGF announced that it will host the 2025 Carifta Artistic Gymnastic Championships on December 6th and 7th at the National Cycle and Velodrome in Couva. The event, while providing a platform to showcase athletic excellence of some of the region's gymnasts, will also nurture cultural exchange. The TTGF said they are hoping to inspire the next generation of Trinidad and Tobago gymnasts. Adrian Lazar, TTT Sport.
Before I go on to the next news report, which is about Jamaica, I just want to say a little more about about cricket in our region. And I believe what we should be focusing on is getting back to the basics, which is Test cricket and also one-day international, the traditional forms of the sport. I think there's a little too much focus on the T20 format or type of the sporting of the sport, and therefore a lot of these players are not getting sufficient practice in actually staying in the wicket, or whether it's bowling or fielding or whatsoever, staying out there for an entire day or days actually when it pertains to Test cricket. I believe this is what they need to focus on a whole lot more. Yes, wonderful. T20 cricket is very entertaining. It generates a lot of revenue as well. But if you want the sport to improve in our region, I believe there's going to be a lot more focus is going to be needed in the original forms of the cricket. And I'm not just talking about at the professional level. We are talking about also, as I said, locally, even in the schools and whatsoever, get the youths accustomed to playing the traditional form of cricket. So going now to Jamaica news, Rain Cooper's journey is one of faith, discipline, resilience, and unwavering family support. At 16 years old, people, 16, the Glenmore High School valedictorian has distinguished herself among Jamaica's brightest young scholars. She posits that with prayer, persistence, and community, even most formidable challenges can be transformed into triumphs. And definitely, you see this, what she said there about even community, a lot of the times this is what we need. We need to once again get back to the traditional basic type of lifestyles where communities come together. And this is why I always continue to advocate for having a lot more community centers throughout Trinidad and Tobago, where the youths can come together to participate in positive extracurricular activities, but also parents definitely continue to support your children, encourage them on the right path, encourage them into their studies and their academics, but also the extracurricular activities as well. Congratulations to this young lady. A little more news from Jamaica again. In a robust display of environmental stewardship, Rose Hall Developments spearheaded a major coastal cleanup similar to what we did in Trinidad Saturday morning, galvanizing community participation in collaboration with the St. James Municipal Corporation. Positive activities, people taking care of your environment. Wonderful. Wonderful initiative. Some travel information now, travel news, the final section of the news report. Journey to one of America's oldest settlements and feast like a local on legendary crab. And I so love crab, curry crab and dumpling crab in Callaloo. Love it. Tucked away on Chesapeake Bay, there's an island that's a quiet alternative to the usual tourist route or spots, blending history with endless outdoor adventures. On the Chesapeake Bay, 20 miles east of Maryland's capital, Kent Island is a town known for its sprawling waterscapes, scrumptious food, seafood, love seafood, fish, and storied maritime history. Despite its many superlatives, this bayside city doesn't receive the attention it deserves, like nearby Annapolis and Ocean City. Although reviewed as a gateway to Maryland's eastern shore, Kent Island is more than a scenic pit stop. The area's history has intertwined with the birth of America, with Captain John Smith, who famously helped establish America's first settlement, Jamestown, declared in his 1608 journal entry, heaven and earth never agreed better to frame a place for man's habitation. That means it was beautiful even since back in those times. Nature is always beautiful anyhow you take it. More than 2 decades later, Kent Island, the largest island in the bay, was established and making it the 3rd oldest English settlement in the USA. Right, so now for the final segment, interesting facts, interesting information. Dolphin thanks a man in the sweetest way. Both owners were confused when fresh fish kept appearing neatly on the dock every morning. Later, security cameras showed the truth. A dolphin was leaving the fish as gifts. Isn't that sweet? That wonderful boy. The story began when a man named Tom rescued a baby dolphin stuck in fishing nets and helped it reunite with its mother. After Tom returned from a trip, the dolphin started bringing fish every night. Experts say dolphins are very smart and sometimes show gratitude like this. Rare or not, this heartwarming story shows how deeply animals can feel and connect with humans. And I've said this for a very long time. I honestly do believe that animals have living souls. And hopefully, maybe just maybe, when we go to heaven, we are going to see a lot of our pets that we had here on earth. They have their own personalities. People, each and every pet you have, whether it's a dog, cat, or whatsoever, you look at all these different animals and all, they have their own personalities. So I do honestly believe that they have living souls. No more overheating phones. Cool your phones in seconds. Prevents damage to phones and battery issues. Better gaming experience and streaming. USB powered and fast charging. Lightweight and quiet. Ideal for kids and adults. Works with all smartphones. Makes a great gift. Enjoy free island-wide delivery. Call or WhatsApp 868-762-6589. Folks, that brings us to the end of today's news headlines. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.